record the music.
We're Steinberg endorsed,
yeah.
so we're a Cubase band.
Yeah, obligated to say that we use Steinberg and Cubase. Of course, the pre-productions in the stage of doing pre-production, we use a lot of the modern digital tools that we have available. So we basically all, I think, have quite decent home studios and stuff like that. We do pre-productions. I do my scratches and send it around to the other guys, and they do their auditions and adjustments, and you know, it's almost the whole process of making albums. It's almost like a three-stage process, I would say. The first stage is I'm doing, you know, the scratches and stuff like that, and then the second stage, which I think is the most important and most challenging, most fun process maybe, is to when the whole band is, you know, processing the album and adds vocals, doing the synths. We're talking how the, you know, profile of the synth should be and stuff like that, and we end up with a third process, obviously, which is the recording of the album. So of course, when you do the recording of the album, it's you know, you do the proper studio with good audio sources and stuff like that, and good equipment. And
the good thing now is that you can, I mean, the equipment that we have enables us to sort of divide this between the main studio and the home studios, where we do the drums and the guitars in the main studio. I can sit and work my keys and programmings, know all that part of the music in my home studio, and then Andreas does the vocals in his studio up in Sweden, and we sort of bring it all together in the main studio in the end. It's like this time I came in, I did some vocals and some additional drums in the main studio, and I brought all the files of the keys from my studio, and we just put it all together in the main studio in Top Room. So it's
Borknagar has turned into quite an international band these days.
It's not like the old days where, you know, you had a band and you went and had your rehearsal on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you went out to drink in the weekend. I mean, we've got a drummer in Chicago, and we've got a vocalist in the north of Sweden, and this guy lives in Bergen, and I live in Oslo, and a bass player in Drammen.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm used to working like this. I mean, with one of my other bands, which is Solofall, we're just two guys. But I mean, we have been living in the same country for more than 10 years,
yeah.
So it works. You know?
Yeah, it works. I mean, that's I would say. I mean, I've spent my time in a rehearsal room with, you know, the band and everything, and drinking beer and rehearsing and banging every Friday and stuff like that.
Headbanging Fridays.
Yeah. And I've done that, you know, for 10 years or 15, or yeah, I don't know, a lot of times. But I feel that this process we are going now, which we basically, you know, the same model we have used for the last 3 albums or something, is very creative. It's very focused. It's very. We don't get kind of. We don't need to go through all this bullshit. I mean, we can just focus on making music and have the focus totally on making music, being creative, and we don't need all this mess with, you know, finding the right time and, you know, for rehearsing and stuff like that, having a rehearsal room, all that stuff going on. So I think it's a process when it comes to making songs and stuff like that. It's at least I feel it's more creative, it's more focused, it's more
believe it
efficient.
Or not, it's more practical.
Yeah, it's more efficient and practical in terms of time and money and everything. So I think it's a good way to work, actually.
It seems to work for us.
Yeah.
When you began to write and eventually record Universal, what was it really that you searched for?
Alright, what's the meaning of life?
It's the thing is, we didn't set out to produce a certain sound. We didn't set out to make a certain kind of album. We just set out to make the next Borknagar album. And the thing is, the way we work is we let the music develop itself. I mean, we don't try to steer that in one very certain direction, thinking that now we're gonna make a very melody-driven album, or now we're gonna do a more blackish album. It's more like we sit down and we listen to the songs when they're recorded, and that's when we started to discuss what kind of title we should pick for it. And the thing is that what these songs represented for us was somewhat the universal feeling of what Borknagar is, musically speaking. I mean, this album contains, I think, the musical spirit that is Borknagar. And I think that's why I really liked when Øystein came with the title Universal. I liked that very much because I think that sums up my feeling when it comes to this album. It's the universal sound of Borknagar. This is what Borknagar sounds like.
So it's not because you try to get on another company?
A universal company.
Nope.
The next album is going to be called Warner.
Yeah.
Sony.
Yeah.
No, but also in terms of lyrics, I mean, I've always obviously been very fascinated with nature. We always use this, at least when I'm writing the lyrics, I have this nature as you know, the scenery of the whole thing, with different meanings and different approach and different perspectives, obviously. But one of my ideas, which also reflects a little bit into the, eventually reflected through the title, was some of the songs that had a kind of idea about this you know, nature worked by its own rules. Nature is the objective, we are the subjective kind of thing. I mean, no matter what kind of cultural context it comes from, no matter what, you know, believe in or not believe in or whatever, it doesn't really matter in the end of the day. I mean, mankind basically had two options in life. It's either follow these rules by nature or not. I mean, I've never wanted to be any kind of preacher or something like that, but more kind of raise some questions. And I think that when kind of summing up all the lyrics, with at least the lyrics I've wrote, and also when I'm reading the lyrics that Lars and Andreas contributed with, I just felt that, yeah, universal.
It all came together.
That's the best, you know, the best to cover the whole thing, to represent the whole album, both musically and lyrically. So it kind of sums up everything in a nice way. And that's basically, I mean, for me, a title, that's the kind of main function of a title, is to kind of somehow mirror or kind of project the overall feeling or overall idea of the album somehow. Even though it's not a concept album in any way, but it's you know, the sum of the songs, the sum of the lyrics somehow.
And it's a short, nice title, which we like.
Yeah.
I mean, quintessence, epic, origin.
Yeah.
So
there is, in other words, there is a lot of different reasons why we choose the title. It's a process as well as the music's lyrics. We discuss a lot back and forth, and you know, piling everything together, and what do we have? Yes, this is what we have. Okay, let's find a title.
what is this? Well, it's universal.
Yeah.